Hey everyone. I'm a little late. What time is it? 7:03. Hi. I told y'all I'd be live today. Yes, I am live because I want to talk to you guys about my book. I just dropped my book, Selfish Woman's Group. Yep. And I dropped it yesterday evening. Kind of like a Beyonce video. I hope it has Beyonce results. So, I'm going to try to figure out how to add folks to this live because I will have Musu-kulla, Massaquoi with me today. So, Musu, if you are here, ask yourself to be added to the conversation. In the meantime, who else is on here? Put something in the feed so I can see. Oh, thank you. You know, I have them in multiple colors, Erica. Do you also know that I do not actually wear glasses? Some people think that I wear glasses. I don't wear glasses. I just love glasses. So, all right. So I am waiting for Musu. Let's see what's happening. In the meantime, I dropped a book last night, y'all. I dropped Selfish Woman's Group. It's a story that was inspired by the group. There is an actual real group called Selfish Woman's Group. It's located in Malden at 239 Commercial Street. It's held at Core Cardio Fitness in Malden. Ashley LeSaint runs that studio, so he allows us to have our meetings there. So I wrote a book about it. Ashley's in the book. Lala Renee's in the book. Polome's in the book. Oh, it says, Musu says, how do I get on? So you're supposed to request to be on, Musu. I can see other people on here. I'm not really sure how to tell you how to do it. Can somebody put it in the feed if they know how? If I wanted to add Erica right now, I see I have the option to. But I don't see I have the option for you, Musu. So I don't know how to, oh, there you are. Add works.
Figured it out.
Ah,
Hello.
hi.
Hi.
I'm on here talking about Selfish Women's Group, telling them that it's an actual
I've
real.
been watching. I've been watching.
Oh, Erica says, why selfish though? Erica, because you need to be selfish with self care. Yes. I say that all the time. Be selfish. You know, it's a good thing. Listen, I got you on here. I'm really proud of myself. How do I do that little thing? All right. So yes, I dropped a book like Beyonce drops videos, y'all. It came out yesterday, August 30th. I was promoted my y'all seen this? Seeing pictures with it on. Melissa, you have a lot of background noise.
I do. I'm sorry. I can try to move. I tried to sit inside the mall, and it's just noisy there too. I can go further into where I am,
Is that
and
the headset
hopefully.
that you're wearing in that you wore in the advertisement for Selfish Women's Group? It looks like it. That head
Oh,
wrap.
yes, it is. It is. It is. Yes, it sure is. I'm gonna try to situate myself in a less noisy space. I apologize, everybody. It is difficult. I was I was supposed to be home, but the family has made other plans for us. So
Mm-hmm.
we are out and about. How does this work? I
That's pretty
hope.
works. That works.
Okay.
Look, my lipstick is working too, Musu.
Thank you. I got my red, my red genetically resilient to go with the red lipstick and splashes of red in my head wrap. So yes.
Okay. I don't even have on anything of my brand today. I'm representing though, y'all. Roxbury Footprints, So
Oh,
Healed.
nice.
Put that right. There you go.
That's so dope. That's dope.
So I brought you on here because you were my project. Usually I have multiple people working with me on my project so that I can get like advertising out, get a trailer out, do videos here and there. And for this book I chose to use one person and I basically overworked you.
Not at all. I read the book. I got into character. I related to some of the stuff with the characters. I was like, you know what? There were certain pieces in every single character that I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy.
No,
But
I had a different character for you. I said, I wanted you to play Ida, and you was like, no, no, no. Faith is really resonating with me. So
yep, but Ida's my girl. Ida is like I love Ida. Is my favorite character. But I was like, from the beginning, when you first shared it with me, Faith, I was like, yeah, that's dope. I like it. I love it. I'll be her. There are some elements that I can relate to with Faith. I think more elements with Ida. So I was like, nope, I don't wanna. I wanna go away from what feels familiar to me and
okay,
go with somebody who's a little bit more, you know, a little bit more different, but something that I would definitely strive to be more like.
okay. I just want to say you rocked that trailer. That's
Thank you.
you did a very good job. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on your project. I so am grateful. I'm so grateful and I couldn't be more thankful to be a part of it. Like,
You've been on
I'm
everyone.
team Breedy all the way. I'm always gonna support. So however I can support, I'm gonna support.
You was in the bitter one, the still bitter one, the bitter
Hmm.
family secrets,
Hmm.
stereotype,
Yep.
selfish woman's group.
Still Bitter is the only book I have not read in the to read.
Moose is in trailers and she ain't read the book.
No, I got one book. One out of all the books, I read all but one book. So that you can't shoot me for that now.
So, folks, usually when I'm writing, I have a few people in mind that I share my book with while I'm writing it. So they're getting the raw version of it. They're not getting the cleaned up version that you'll get. And then I stalk them and ask them, how's it reading? Is it a page turner? Is it too heady? Is it getting, boring? Too much? So, I do this. Uh,
I bought Bitter. I bought Bitter on my own, and I enjoyed Bitter so much. I was like, "Where did you come up with all this stuff? Like, how did you pull this stuff out of your brain?" And then she was like, "Oh, you like it?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I like it." It had all the juiciness that we don't get to have in our everyday lives. It was. I'm a reader. I don't do a lot of TV, but it was like having Love and Hip Hop in a book. The first one, it definitely was. The whole Bitter series was like love and hip hop in a book.
So if you guys not read Bitter, y'all can still go get Bitter.
Actually, it's better than love and hip hop with the mystery. So,
I know, right? Right.
mhm.
So, so back to Selfish Women's Group.
Yes.
Selfish Women's Group is a real group. I was trying to tell y'all that it's in Malden. It's run at Core Cardio Fitness. We used to do it quarterly on Sundays. and we would meet up. The meetings were free. They were from 3 to 6, and we would address the issues that make it hard for you to practice self-care. Um, I miss it. I miss it.
Yeah, me too.
You know, we're gonna try to do some Zoom meetings, but I miss being there and engaging. You know, it was we had a little sisterhood going.
Yeah, it was.
So
I
I
listen.
try to. It's not about Selfish Women's Group. You know, it's inspired by Selfish Women's Group. So you know the stories that I tell are about 3 women that meet up at Selfish Women's Group, and they're all trying to you know, make self-care a priority. So who do you like the best? I know you told me that you like Ida the best, but you wanted to play Faith. Tell
Yes.
folks why without telling them why.
When I'm like Ida,
I mean, like,
listen, Ida.
but don't, you know, don't give them too much. They need to read it.
Okay, so Ida is that girl. She's like, she is down for everybody and with everybody, and she's helpful, and she will give you the shirt off her back. And she goes above and beyond. She is struggling though. Like, no matter how many times she tries to get up, there's always something that kind of knocks her down. And that's what makes me feel like, okay, you feel sorry for her, but you can also relate that she's trying her best to get more out of life, and she gets knocked down so many times. But then it comes to a point when there's that light, and we always have that light. And if we stay positive enough in our thinking and in our everyday lives, our feelings, things will get better. And that's when Selfish Women's Group came into play for Ida, where they gave her more tools because she, although things started to get better for her, there were things that knocked her down again. And she used those Selfish Women's Group tools to get back up and stay up and flourish. And I so appreciate what you did with her as a character so far in this book.
All
And
right.
people, there are more books to come. So be prepared. Vick don't do one book and drop and forget it. She does series. So be prepared. You definitely want Selfish Women's Group, especially in the time that we're in right now, because it addresses it goes into the pandemic and teaches you things that you can actually use in your everyday life while we're in the situation that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true. I was writing it. I was writing it while all this stuff was going on. So,
Yeah.
um, I like Faith too. I like Faith. I like Ida. Ida was actually my favorite, but I like Faith. I like Michelle. I see myself in all of my characters. You know, there's always a little piece of me in there. Um, People used to always ask me like, "Is this character you?" And is this, you know, and I, especially with Bitter, people were dying. You know, it's like, "Are you this person?" I'm like, "No." And it's nobody that you know either. Like these were, you know, characters that I created from emotions, you know, that was Bitter. But this book, the approach that I took was let me give you somebody that you're familiar with, whether this could be your girlfriend, your sister, your mom, or whatever, and then let me let me show you that it's hard to practice self-care. So it's okay for it to be hard for you to practice self-care, but there are things out there, you know, that can help you start practicing self-care, you know, whether it be a group, you know, whether it be, you know, therapy, you know, whatever. um I feel like self-care was kind of like popular this year, late last year, this
Yeah.
year, or whatever, but
But you've been doing it for 3, 4 years now.
yeah. We've been doing this since 2017. Yeah, 2017 is when I launched Selfish Women's Group, the actual group. But yeah, it's hard for people to take care of themselves. They're like so many. It's like I feel like Selfish Women's Group is therapy. You know,
Yep.
people will have so many things going on in their life, and it even coming to the group. some people have guilt for just taking that time out to do that for themselves. And our groups were only quarterly, so that's like every 3 months for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a big chunk of your time.
But the thing about women is that we are givers. We are usually providers. We're usually caretakers, and just we give, and we give so much at the end that any time that we have the opportunity to take back what we've given out, we feel bad about it, and we shouldn't feel bad about it. It's not
Yep.
about taking back. It's okay. You have to replenish.
Right.
You have to figure out a way to continue to help yourself to be enough to help other people. But we don't ever feel that way. That's why we feel guilty, because we're like, oh my God, I can't take this time out to go and, take a bubble bath. No, take that 15, 20 minutes, take that bubble bath, and
Yep.
don't be concerned with what everybody else is doing. Shut them out. They'll be okay for 15, 20 minutes and get back to them when you're done.
That is a great segue, Musu, which leads me to back to this. Strong Black Womanitis. I'm telling y'all, it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Strong Black Womanitis is a thing. My shirt says, "Beware of strong Black womanitis." It's what's it say? A disease that may cause Black women to, and then it says, not practice self care, or it says neglect self care. Same thing. Feel guilty saying no. Do the most. Make a way out of no way, and suffer in silence. The silence. You know, you're not feeling good. You know this is too much, but there's almost a level of shame in saying that it's too much. You know, being a strong Black woman comes with a lot of responsibility, and so I made these shirts to basically spread awareness that, Black women need to practice self-care. Women, men in general need to practice self-care overall, but specifically the shirt was for Black women. um, you know Practicing self-care is not usually what defines a strong Black woman. There's no time for self-care. Not if not if you're doing what you need to be doing, and then don't complain about it. Oh my goodness, you know um so I hope that the t-shirt resonates with some people. I hope that it serves its purpose.
Mm-hmm.
um but yes, the book is about three strong Black women, and they don't take care of themselves for various reasons, or they're doing so much for various, I don't know. Musu, do you suffer from strong Black womanitis?
Yes, an only sister of six, five brothers. Yes, a mother of three. Yes. I've put people before me on a regular basis, family, because I need to make sure that my tribe thrives. I've always lived with the practice of my tribe has to thrive. And if my tribe is not thriving, then I am not doing my job. So if I have to give my last, which was one of the things about Ida, give me your last,
Yep.
to make sure that those that are in and around you that you love and care about have, that's what you do, is you give your last. So yes, there are quite a few pointers on a t-shirt that I can relate to, that I've been guilty of. And I've just gotten into a space where I still, give a lot of myself to my family, but at the same time, I've taken more time back for myself. I let go of certain things and say, you know what? It's okay. Y'all will be there tomorrow. You'll be there. You'll be fine in 2 hours. You'll be fine. And I just let go and take care of me for a little while.
'Cause you know what happens when you don't.
You start to break down, you lose yourself, so many things can happen to you
And it
that
becomes the norm, though. It becomes the norm that you doing so much for other people, and you always doing the most. that becomes what they expect from you. And when it gets to a point to where it becomes too much for you, when we suffer in silence, kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
and there's something to be said about that. Which brings me to, you said letting go. Letting go. How about letting go of friends? Letting go of the energy drainer in your life.
Oh gosh, the vampires, the energy drainers, the vampires. Letting go of people that have been toxic in life, letting go of people who don't serve you, letting go of people who seem to have your best interests at heart, but they harm you more than they do good for you. And sometimes we can't see it. Sometimes we don't want to see it. Sometimes it's people that we're in friendships with. Sometimes it's people that we're in love relationships, hate relationships, situationships, entanglements, all of that. Those it can be anybody, and even family.
Yeah,
Family is usually
yeah,
first because they're the
yeah,
ones we encounter first. And sometimes you just have to let people go when they are harmful to you because your sanity, your health, your everything is far more important.
yeah. So that was Michelle. Was that Michelle?
Yes,
No,
it
that
was
was
Michelle.
no, 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 no. That was Faith. Faith was letting go of Shirley. Yes.
Yeah,
I think y'all.
yeah.
I know I just wrote the book, but I forget.
Well, no, Faith let go of Shirley
Yeah.
and the ex-boyfriend who cheated on her with Shirley.
What? Why you telling them?
So sorry, I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean to say it. You still gotta read it. You still gotta read it. You still gotta read it. I'm sorry. Faith let go of Shirley. Um, Michelle kind of let go of some ideas and thoughts that she had in her head for all her hopes and wishes and dreams for her life. She let go of them. Um, what did Ida let go of? Ida let go of the job. Like she was ready and done. And but Faith also let go of a job too. So they're just saying, I'm so sorry. The
Oh,
book is so juicy. Y'all gotta
yeah.
okay.
Go
So
buy
act
the
like
book.
you didn't hear
Listen to
it.
Musu.
Act like you didn't hear it. But no, that information is actually on the back of the book. That
Mm,
information is on the back of the book.
okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I tried. I tried. It's a good book, though. It's a very good book.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this one. I tried. What's funny with this book? I tried. Okay, y'all. So if you've read any of my books, you know that most of my books are, really raw. The language is really unfiltered. I'm trying to make a point, and I really want you to feel the characters. And so this book, I was intentional, and I tried my very best to kind of keep it PG-13. I was
She
like,
scaled it
no,
back a lot.
try not to
She
put
scaled
any
it back a
swears.
lot.
I tried not to have anything graphic going on in terms of relations, um, and still tell a good, solid story. And my editor, my editor was reading it, and the comments when the first draft came back from editing, the comments were like, girl, this is not you. Girl, I threw some swears up in there for you.
Oh no, you should have. You should have told her no. That's not what I wanted to do. I want people to
Right.
be in their intentions and be
Mm-hmm.
selfish with self-care and not have to cuss people out. You're like, it doesn't, you don't, to be selfish with self-care, you don't have to cuss people out. It
Yeah, but
doesn't mean
some moments
ripping
call.
people's hearts and feelings off and throwing them in the trash. That's not what it is about. Self-care, being selfish with self-care is more about, looking internally at what's going on with you in your life. What can you do to improve it? If it means canceling people, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
If it means that you have to change how you eat, so be it. If it means you have to exercise, so be it. If it means you have to, change jobs, change life ship partners, if you need to change anything. But you have the power to change whatever it is that's depleting you in your life, is what you really need to know about self care.
And it also means if you need to cuss someone out one last good time and exit the friendship,
But what's the
then that's
benefit? What is the
required.
benefit? What is the benefit? Where do you benefit? Oh yeah, I told this person off, and oh, you know what? I feel bad that I said this. And why did I say that? And then you guilt yourself. Some people guilt themselves. At least I know my.
Yeah, not the character I'm thinking of. But
Not
yes, no. But overall, this book has minimal swears, um, nothing too graphic in there. You might be able to leave it on maybe not a church pew, but maybe like the outside foyer. If you left the book there, like
definitely,
inside.
definitely, yeah, definitely. No, she's right. She's true about this. Is true. This is true. It's
But yeah,
funny.
I'm excited. I'm excited. You know, this is book number 5.
Mhm.
Book number 5. I'm already, as you said, I'm already thinking about the next book.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I dedicated this book. You'll see once you get it and you open it. You know, I always have like a dedication. Um, Stereotype was for Black men. I don't know if you've read Stereotype, but that's also available on Amazon.
Yeah.
Um, but I
And I gotta
dedicated.
keep this to my brothers.
I dedicated Selfish Women's Group to Black women, just in general. That was it. That was the dedication. I felt like it was appropriate. So that's why I'm up on here, y'all. I'm on here letting y'all know that I got a book. It's out. It dropped like a Beyonce video, so I need you to go ahead on and go
Get
on
the book.
Amazon and go get it. It's available for ebook and also paperback. Um, for all of you guys that pre-ordered, I appreciate that. I thank you for that. I think that's all I got. What you got, Musa?
It's a great quarantine read. Like, what are you doing in quarantine? How are you expanding your brain? Like, you really should be reading books. I've been reading books the whole time. Books that I had to read and books that I didn't have to read. But I'm expanding my mind, allowing myself to think of and be a part of other. So sorry about the noise. Be a part of other stories and other genres and not. I actually see the TV far less than anything. Like when you gave me the book, I gave myself the week and a half or so to read the book,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. Like TV didn't see me. I'm a music person anyway, so it was more music and reading and music and reading, and I felt refreshed. We do have to take a break from. We do have to stay abreast of what's happening in the world around us, but taking a break. This is a perfect break taker, the perfect quarantine read, anything you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
because the women are black and all of that in this book. But self care with selfish women's group self care is for all people. It really is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did I want to say? Um, I think that if you like bitter, then you'll like the rest of my books. Um, you know, I feel like I deliver. I take a lot of time. I put a lot of thought, into the things that I'm saying. I I put a few things in the book, for educational purposes, and I disguise it between dialogue with characters so I could feed it to you that way so it doesn't sound too preachy. But
That's
yeah, I feel like you should walk away with something. Every time I put something out there, you should feel inspired on some level. You should also feel um, like it's relatable.
mhm.
Um, if it's not relatable to you, it should remind you of somebody that you know. I'm real intentional with the things that I write. So you also know that I am a self-published author. So I don't have Simon and Schuster behind me. I don't have their marketing behind me. I don't have their budget behind me. So everything I do, I front, you know. So I think I want to take this opportunity to thank Musu
You're
for,
welcome.
starring in my book trailer as Faith. And like I said, you rocked it. You
Thank
rocked
you.
it.
Thank you.
Like that
It was
over.
mine.
Yep. I also want to shout out Jason Taglieri of
Yes.
New Vintage Media Company. Yes. That's the old soul photo.
Yep.
Same people. Um, he's done all of my trailers, every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And each time they get better and better and better. Um, who else? Who else? Who else? Elijah Jean editing for my editing.
Mm-hmm.
All of my friends that I bother and I send a little few pages over to them, they can read it, and then they put their magic. I think Team Better, just in general. Team Better knows who they are and the varsity.
Team Bitter and a genetically resilient
Better.
crew.
Yeah,
The
everybody.
stereotype crew.
Yeah, selfish
Pretty
woman
much
group.
one and the same.
Yeah, so that
And
would be
the actual members and
yes,
facilitators of the
yes.
Selfish
Oh,
Women's Group. Yeah.
La La Day, Ashley Lasaint, Core
Mm-hmm.
Cardio Fitness in general.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes.
Thank
I
you
think
all.
that's what I wanted to end with. I wanted to thank you guys. Tell people, like I said, self-publishing is all about, doing it yourself. So I have to do it by word of mouth. I got to pay for some advertising here and there on social media, but definitely word of mouth is the best tool for me. So that's what it's proved to be so far.
Yeah.
So thank you. VickBreedy.com if you want to know about my genetically resilient stuff. If you're looking for the Strongblackwomanitis t-shirts, VickBreedy.com. Links
Genetically
to my book,
resilient.
Genetically Resilient. Yes, Bounce Back Magic if you're looking for some Bounce Back Magic.
Yeah. And Bitter. Don't forget the
Yep,
Bitter. You can get
yep.
all of these items on the website. There are pins, there are hats, backpacks, uh, the face mask.
Mm,
You got everything, a little bit of everything.
yep. So
Sweatshirts, t-shirts, tank tops.
everything. So that is it. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, Musu, for being on here because I know that you were trying to be with your family, but you're trying to do the most.
Thank you.
One of the
This is
symptoms
my
of
moment. I haven't had a moment to myself yet. So this is me being selfish with self-care because I want to support my girl, my sister, my friend. That's all. It's okay.
All right, y'all. So VickBreedy.com. Go get Selfish Woman's Group. It's available on Amazon.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
Thank you. Good
Bye.
night, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you.